What's up guys, Miss P here, back with another video. Today, honey, is a slay day, okay? We is slaying to the gods today, okay? Alright guys, so jumping straight in, I'm going to first prep my eyes using the P. Louise eyeshadow base in the shade Rumor 3. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid using a flat brush. Next, I'm going to go in with the James Charles palette by Morphe, and I'm going to go in with this deep purple color here, and I'm just going to dump this color into my crease, kind of following an oval shape using a small crease brush. Then I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette by Morphe using the shade Lolly Mama, and I'm just going to apply this shade above the previous purple shade that I applied using the same technique, and I'm just going to go 50 on and 50 off, that way I can start blending those two colors together. Going in with Tipsy Girl from the same Jaclyn Hill palette and using a small fluffy brush, I'm going to apply this shade with a very light hand to ensure no harsh lines, and I'm just going to apply that above the previous shade Lolly Mama. Okay, so now that I've applied all the shades that I want, I just go back into each shadow in a reversed order to bring all the shadows back into the mix that either got completely lost or lost some of its pigment due to me blending. This is a really important step because it ensures that you'll get the most color payoff from all your shadows. So then I'm going to clean up my lid using a Q-tip and a little bit of Vaseline. This is just going to help so that any base that I put on afterwards doesn't mix in with any other previous shadows. And then I just go in with a makeup wipe to get any excess Vaseline on, because honey, nothing will stick if you got Vaseline residue on your eyeballs. And then I just let my lid dry a little bit before I move on to the next step. So I decided to do my waterline before I finish my lid. This is a kohl eye pencil I've had for forever. It's by Lord & Berry. I got it in a BoxyCharm years ago, and I just decided, hey, why not, when I was filming this look. Okay, so back onto the eyelid, I'm going in with another P. Louise base. This is a colored one in the shade Winter Rose. I'm just applying this with the same flat brush I used previously and going into that blank space and filling it in. Now going back in with that purple shade and the same small crease brush I used earlier, I'm going to tap this shade around the edges of my cut crease to blend everything together. I'm just going to repeat this process with the other two shades I used as well, making the space in between my cut crease a little smaller. Yeah, so I have no idea and don't remember what I was smiling or laughing at, so I had to cut out all the footage of me applying the glitter because I was literally laughing the entire time. So yeah, I applied some glitter and then I'm gonna of course apply some lashes to finish the look off, and then I'm gonna move on to the skin. Okay, so on to the skin, I'm using the primer. The primer I'm using is an e.l.f. matte primer, and I'm just going to massage this into the skin using my fingers because I just think, and I don't know, in my opinion, I get a lot done when I use my fingers to blend stuff in. Then I'm going to go into foundation. I'm using the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced in the shade Chai, and I'm using a flat top brush to buff it into the skin. For concealer, I'm using the Born This Way concealer in the shade Caramel. I'm using my Real Techniques sponge to press this into the skin and all the areas that I applied the concealer. So underneath my eyes, on my chin, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. So I also use this other concealer. It's by L'Oreal and it's super light, not anywhere near my skin tone. And I just apply this into the inner corner just to give my eyes a little bit more of extra brightness. And then I'm just going to buff this into the skin as well using that same Real Techniques brush. Then I set all the areas. I apply concealer with the NYX setting powder in the shade Banana. I also apply this setting powder underneath where I'm going to contour just to carve that out a little bit. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a denser brush, but still on the fluffy side, and I'm going to contour with a bronzer powder by Fenty. And then I'm going to take this very small face brush and just dust off all that extra powder that I applied all over my face. Using a big fluffy brush, I'm setting my entire face with the Beauty Bakery setting powder in the shade Almond. And then I'm going to highlight using a fan brush, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose highlighter. And I'm just going to highlight my face with that. As you can probably tell, I didn't do my brows for this look because I didn't want to take away from the eye makeup since it was so bold. So I just brushed them out at the end to make sure they were nice and neat. And then I'm going to apply some mascara to my bottom lash lines. For the lips, I used a NYX lip liner in the shade Cold Brew, and I filled them in with a NYX lip lingerie in the shade Bedtime Flirt. I then finished off the look by setting my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and then I let it dry down because it does have you looking a little shiny before it completely dries. And then that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you made it to the end and you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.